Welcome back. Now, let's get some reaction to those crime statistics that have just been released by the police minister, Yusuf Abramjee, anti-crime activist, joins us now via Zoom. Yusuf, thank you very much for your time here on eNCA. These statistics, I mean, earlier the minister saying that the statistics look bad, but police are pushing back. Does it look to you that police are pushing back with these statistics?
Definitely not, Masego. I must say that we have a very bleak picture that was painted. The figures are very, very worrying. Right from murder, when you go down the list, to vigilantism, even the detection crimes that were listed, we have a serious problem. If one just looks at the overall picture of the numbers that have been released by the South African Police Service for October to December last year, murders gone up by 10.1%. That means an average of 3 people are being murdered each and every day in South Africa. If you look at the sexual offenders numbers, they went up by almost 9.6%, which means in reality that one person is raped every 10 minutes. Let that sink in. One person is raped every 10 minutes in South Africa. And those are the official statistics. If you look at the murders for children, 319 children murdered between the ages of 1 and 17 over a period of 3 months. Attempted murders gone up, robberies have gone up, cash in transit, very insignificant decrease of 3 or 4 incidents. Assault GBH has gone up, the sexual assault cases have gone up. I can go on and on and on. Masego, I think South Africa is in serious trouble. We really were hopeful that police were making inroads. They clearly are not, and I must say the minister in his introductory speech tried to explain what is going to be done. Yes, to some extent what is not being done, the shortage of police resources. But if one look at these figures overall, really I think we all have reason to be very, very worried. The criminals are having a major onslaught. Organized crime syndicates are running amok. There's no respect for life. There's no respect for property. If you look at the murder areas, KwaZulu-Natal, Gauteng, the Eastern Cape, even gang-related murders in the Western Cape, specifically on the Cape Flats in the Cape Town area, over 200 people murdered over a period of 3 months. I really don't know what the police are going to do and what government is going to do.
And I mean, to look at it, Yusuf, for me, I had no idea that this is how bad things are in South Africa. And I wonder how you can interpret it and attribute this to mob justice and vigilantism coming in as the second highest reason for murder in South Africa. Does this paint a country that has reached boiling point, that we take the law into our own hands, not trusting police?
I'm happy you picked up on that particular statistic, Masego, because we know that vigilantism, mob justice, call it jungle justice, call it whatever you want to, has been a problem. But the mere fact that it's going up is an indication that communities are more and more losing faith. They're losing confidence in the South African Police Service. They're simply taking the law into their own hands. We know the criminal justice system is a problem. We know police response time is a problem. The minister still spoke about 10111 and the calls getting unanswered. The president referred to it in his State of the Nation address. Those are the problems that we are facing. For communities to wait for years for suspects to come before a court of law to be convicted, for communities to see suspects implicated in serious crimes getting bail, is making them more and more angry. And that's a very dangerous situation. We know in certain areas the mob justice numbers have gone up dramatically, and that is a real trend that we all need to be on the lookout for. We also know that the contact crimes, the trio crimes as they refer to it also, the numbers have gone up. Police detection numbers, drug-related arrests have gone down. Yes, illegal weapons, which are a major problem. There have been about 65,000 destroyed, we are told, over a period of 3 months. More and more arrests are being made. But I don't know if that's good enough. The mass murders that the police spoke about, we are seeing that escalating. We are seeing assassinations escalating. And as I mentioned on the show with Judge Dennis David last night, to say that, the question was asked, are we in a mafia state? I think we are close to being a mafia state. We're in the brink of lawlessness. It's a free-for-all. These criminals are terrorizing us. People are living in fear. Hijackings have gone up. the other violent crimes have gone up, and I think a worrying element, Masego, is the high levels of violent crime. I mean, we spoke about kidnappings repeatedly. If I look at the kidnapping numbers for the last quarter, we had about 120 some odd cases being reported nationally for ransom. And we know that kidnappings for ransom specifically have gone up dramatically. Gauteng had about 47 or 50 cases. And that just indicates that Gauteng is the kidnapping capital of South Africa now. Yeah. And really, if you look at the other provinces, all the other crimes, whether it's KwaZulu-Natal, Gauteng, the Eastern Cape, Western Cape, which are the four hotspot areas for crime in South Africa, we are seeing general crime increases. And despite the minister trying to say, let's compare it to COVID, etc., the festive season, that makes absolutely no difference. The numbers have gone up. We have a reason to be worried. And I think really now is the time for the government to take decisive action. And I'm even prepared to say, I can't understand why, with load shedding being such a problem, Masego, why don't they declare a state of disaster for the levels of crime? Our people are being murdered, we are being robbed, we are being raped, and yet we have talk from the government. We need now to see action. Yes, they talk about police resources, more vehicles, 10111, the DNA backlog is being reduced. That's all good enough. But are we making progress? Sadly not, in my view.
And it looks like the entire country is actually the capital for crime, at least in the continent. I don't know how the rest of the continent looks, but to be told that all provinces recorded an increase in contact crime in just 3 months is quite scary for me, Yusuf. Thank you very much for speaking to us. Yusuf Abramjee, he is an anti-crime activist.